No.
No! No!
What?
Because I was married for 2 fucking years!
You're a cunt, Bryan.
Fuck you, Carmen.
You're a cunt, Bryan.
No, sir, I don't like it. No, sir, I don't like it.
Fuck you, Carmen.
You're a cunt, Bryan.
No, sir, I don't like it.
What's up, everybody? It's episode 115 of No Sir, I Don't Like It. I'm Carmen Morales. With me, as always, a very funny Brian Vokey.
What's happening?
What's going on, dude? And today we have a special guest, Mr. Ron Taylor. What's up, dude?
Hey, how's it going?
It's good. Thanks for coming on and doing the show.
Good, great. Glad to be here, guys. how are you feeling, Ron? Let him know.
Tell him
Man,
the
you know,
truth.
I'm feeling great. You know, I've never felt better in my life. I'm in absolute great physical health. Mentally, I'm where I want to be in life.
Yeah.
You know, things are going great, you know, right
Man,
now.
that statement is dripping with sarcasm.
See through. Fucking hungover, bro. Got smashed last night. My brother, Jeff, my buddy Jeff, he came back from Detroit with his woman friend, Miss Esther Navarez, and she's a very funny comic from Detroit. We were hanging out yesterday.
Oh, I know Esther.
Oh, sure. Yeah, right. Yeah. So Jeff Horace and Esther, and we were hanging out yesterday at the Comedy Store, getting drunk. Hanging out with, I almost called him Nick Cannon for no reason. For no reason. I just confused Joe Rogan with Nick Cannon.
I don't even understand in what world how you could cross those two.
Me neither.
It's so far apart, I can't even make that character to do the impression of it. I don't even know.
I was like, how do you do that?
Don't know why. I just thought Nick Cannon just for no reason. But no, Joe Rogan was who we were hanging out with. And just talking shit. It was fun. And it was good. Good time. And then we went out to One Cock.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure I had dim sum. I don't know.
Oh, you already hammered that at that point. You didn't. You were. It was fuzzy.
Is dim sum a thing, or it's like a bunch of things, right? It's like a bunch of tiny plates.
Dim sum is the procession of food that they bring you.
Right. I think it's like
Asian tapas. Yeah, it's like Asian tapas.
What is tapas? I thought that was a thing.
That's a Spanish appetizer thing. It's the same thing as dim sum.
It's Mexican dim sum.
It's not Mexican. It's Spanish. There's difference.
God,
They don't have.
No, it's not.
They don't have
Nobody gives
tapas
a
in
shit.
Mexico.
It's not different. It's all Mexican.
It's
Spanish is Mexican.
No, that's not true.
Cuban
We
is
raped
Mexican.
the Indians and made Mexicans, motherfucker. There's a big difference.
The
Sure,
Cubans are
whatever.
island Mexicans.
I guess you got an A in social studies.
Spaniards are ancient Mexicans.
Yeah, it's all Mexican.
No, Mayans are ancient Mexicans.
They're Mexican.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then the Spanish raped the Mayans,
they're
and
like-
that's how Mexicans happen.
Spanish are they're Roman Mexicans.
Yeah, all
That's what they are. They're Roman Mexicans.
They were like 4 colors: black, white, Chinese, Mexican.
Yeah.
What else?
Why
is
make
there?
it any more complicated than
Why do
that?
you make? Why? Because we were here before Mexico, bro.
Who was here?
The Spanish.
Why you keep saying we? Are you Spanish?
Yes.
Whatever. Get over yourself, Mexican. That's it. It's just 4.
Yeah.
All right. Nobody cares. Nobody knows that I'm Haitian. They just call me black. Now I'm not Haitian, but I could be.
There'd be,
I
you
was gonna
talk.
say-
I think you would talk different if you were Haitian.
It's also a good idea to not let people know you're Haitian.
Oh, is that,
yeah. I don't know.
I don't know.
From where I sit, I mean, I'm like, yuck. But when I hear Haitian, I'm like, ooh.
The true way to get past racism, we just got to stop teaching geography and social studies.
so just be dumber about shit.
'Cause,
Yeah.
like look at me. I don't know nothing.
Right.
And I love everybody. You
Sure.
know, I just grouped the whole world into 4 fucking categories. What's more loving than that? You know?
Yeah, and I know a lot about geography, and I am not a big fan of Indians.
See what I'm saying?
You know?
Wait, what
You're very
kind?
racist.
See that there's different kinds.
The more you know, the more you can hate.
Call center Indian.
Calls in.
Yeah, not smoke signal Indian.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I met one I liked recently.
Do you do you always feel the need to go extra hard when you have friends in town?
No, but I don't know. I think I'm just a lightweight alcoholic. That's it. It's just fun to drink in the moment, and that's it. And because they live here now, he moved here, and Esther, she just moved here. We were hanging out, and just in the back, the little VIP bar at the Comedy Store. It's just a good time, You just drink, you get fucked up. And I was watching some fishing show, and this is stupid. Joe Rogan's funny, man. He's a funny dude in real life.
Is that true?
He was talking about these dudes were sports fishing, right?
Yeah.
And he was like, why would you just stab a fish in the mouth and then just throw him back in the water? Like, just at least eat that motherfucker. It's funny. They just were drinking and laughing at fish people.
Joe Rogan's like Brian Regan behind the camera. He's observational and shit.
It's very funny.
Was he wearing a gi at the time? Yeah, he had those fucking boxing sparring helmet on the entire time.
Yeah. His
How would
manly
they just throw
earmuffs.
fucking fish back?
Like, I watch a lot of fishing stuff too. Like, and I watch.
You
this
do?
show.
Why?
I don't know. I like seafood. I like to see people get stuff from the water and cook it. So one of my favorite shows is this show on YouTube called Fisherman's Life.
Sure.
And this guy, he'll like just go fishing, very like chill dude, and it's like he almost seems lame in regular life, but just fishing is his thing.
Sure.
Like,
sure.
I don't know if he is, but it just seems like he's not very excitable about anything but fish, at least in the videos. So he'll go fishing. He'll show you the fish, like, yeah, I'm going to catch a rockfish today. He'll catch a rockfish.
Yeah.
Rockfish, and then like he'll just cook it. And this is the thing. So he uses garlic salt, pepper, butter, and like avocado. That's all he uses.
On every single fish, no matter what it is.
Like every now and then he'll jazz it up, like he'll pick some berries or something and like make some silly molasses or some shit like that. But
Does he give the recipe every time, even though it's exactly the same?
Like, bro, I know what you're fucking using, man. And he uses so much butter. He's a
Put a caper in this bitch. Something. Switch
Now, on
it
this
up.
rockfish, we're going to use butter.
But butter, salt and pepper, garlic, salt and pepper. But I get it because like he's fishing. You can't carry a fucking cabinet of seasonings with you.
No.
Oh wait, so he cooks it on the boat?
Yeah, or like wherever he is, he'll have like a little hot plate, some fucking butter and an avocado, and he will catch a fish and just stab him in the head and skin him and fucking butter. Salt.
So that's the reality kind of TV you want. You want to just see the entire process of the fish.
I'm going to go ahead and diagnose you as severely depressed. I'm going to go ahead and...
I love that show. And my other favorite show is Meat Eater with Steve Ranella on YouTube. It's on. There's 3 seasons on Netflix. And this guy goes in the woods and just finds an animal. Like today, we're looking for some white-tailed deer, and he shoots the shit out of them.
Yep.
And eats them right there, man. Right fucking there.
So you're a big farm to table guy, huh?
Raw?
Yeah.
Does he eat it raw?
No. He'll cook it in like different ways of cooking it and stuff like that. I'm not a fan.
I bet you could eat it raw. I bet it's not a problem.
Sometimes he does. Like
Mammal meat is fine. I
He'll
think.
eat a heart raw.
Mammal
Eat raw heart.
Yeah, you got to. That's like a redneck thing, I think, where like when you first
Oh, like
kill your
cow?
first
You can
deer,
eat cow?
they when they're processing the deer, they fill up a cup of blood and they make the little kid drink a cup of blood.
That's weird. He's got a trick.
What's weird about that?
trichinosis. Drinking blood.
I'm kidding. It's disgusting. It's fucking disgusting.
Yeah,
I've never done that. But
It's very vampiristic, you know. I don't know if that's a word, but it's up
yeah, vampirical.
there. Empirical. That
It's
might be it.
Vampirical.
It might be it. Yeah, shit. But yeah.
I've read a lot of Anne Rice.
Oh, okay.
That's all I've ever read was Anne Rice.
Yeah, man. But that's another show of mine that I love. Like this dude, in one episode, he ate he's only got 2 rules. This guy.
This is Meat Eater with Steve Ranelli.
Yeah. And he will never poison animals to catch him, and he'll never eat.
Well,
a
it wouldn't make
primate.
sense if he was going to eat them.
Well, no, there's some poison.
You can do like a
some-
blow dart.
Yeah, there's some stuff that like you can poison it, but it's not poisoning you or whatever. So,
Yeah.
Got him!
And he'll never eat a primate.
Yeah. So there's an episode where he went somewhere like, I don't know, Bolivia or some crazy place like that. And he did both. Yo, these people,
He poisoned a Mayan.
these people poison fish, bro. They put this shit in the water and the fish are just like, "Ah!" and they're like choking the shit to death. And they just pick them up and bam. And then he was like, but he didn't want to be disrespectful.
Oh yeah.
That's
It
not
was shows
disrespect.
about, seeing other people's culture and going other places and
Right.
eating their cuisine. And he was like, I guess I'm gonna eat this poison ass fish, dog. And then another one.
White
they
guilt beats
killed
any rule.
a-
White guilt trumps any rule.
I guess that's funny. And then the other one, man, they eat a fucking monkey. Now that's
The two rules the guy had. He's like, yep, I guess I'm breaking this one
He's
too.
just eating a monkey head, like,
Yo,
monkey just like,
Straight up like Indiana Jones when they cut the head off.
Yeah.
You need to-
and I know, like, I know it is what it is, you know, to each his own. But when you see something with thumbs, 4 thumbs, really, because they got thumbs
toe
on their feet.
thumbs.
Toe thumbs, yeah.
Oh my god! And they just shoot it, and then they burn the hair off, and it's like a person just and they ate it. Bro.
Okay, so I don't know if we've talked about this in the podcast. Stop me if we have, but here's a question maybe you know the answer to since you're such an outdoorsman. Now,
He's not an outdoorsman. He likes watching outdoors.
I've been camping. I've done some of those things. Yeah.
Now, if I remember correctly, mad cow disease came from them feeding cows.
Something like
From
that.
their spinal cord and brain matter. So if you eat a primate and you get some of their like spinal cord or brain, will you get like the mad human disease?
Well, obviously I don't know. That's not a fucking outdoorsman question. That's a
That's a science question. Yeah.
Listen, you're our only expert we can get in today. So whatever you say is Bible here.
That's funny.
Is this how the zombie
go ahead.
apocalypse happens?
Shoot a theory out, and it's facts.
This is my
Expert Ron Taylor is here with us today.
Biologists.
getting very Rogan-y right now. Well, let me tell you something.
Yeah, exactly. A
Tyler, pull
non-expert.
this up. Yeah.
Here's the thing. I think that it would all be related to, or it'd be based off of how close we actually are to primates. Because some people think we're not. Some people say that we're closer to pigs than we are to primates. So cows are cows. So if you eat a
cow is a cow. Yeah.
If you eat,
It's not a buffalo. You don't know if a
Right.
buffalo would give a cow mad
So
cow
if
disease.
you eat a monkey, I don't, even though I guess we're kind of close, I don't think it would do anything.
I don't think we're close enough genetically.
Chimpanzees were supposed to be like 99.9%.
I don't know what I heard when they said we were close.
At least the Irish are.
I thought our brains are structured more similarly to pigs than
Oh,
to
is that what it
primates.
is?
Yeah.
Whatever. And I love pigs. Pigs are delicious.
Oh, dude, big
I
fan.
just gave up
big
red
fan
meat
of
and pork.
Why?
Just because my dad came to town and we were talking about all the heart disease in the family.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, maybe I'll try to get ahead of this. But then I don't know why I make decisions to live longer because I'm not a happy person.
Oh, that's terrible. Come on, man. This life is great, bro.
You really feel that way?
I love life. I love
Are you one of those
life.
people who that's how you process depression by telling people you
No,
like it?
I'm serious. Look,
Like
I
you try to
think about,
convince
like-
everybody because you're trying to convince yourself?
No, here's the deal. I thought about this. I was walking down the street the other day, and I was leaving a supermarket or something, and I saw this hobo on the ground, whatever you call him, whatever the politically correct thing is. He was there.
The hobos travel. They're
he's
transient.
not traveling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, this is what made me notice him. I always see him there. He's always there.
He's the opposite of a hobo.
Okay. So he is a
He's a
person
stationary.
Yeah,
lives
he's
outside.
just a homeless. He's a bum. We could say it. It's okay.
I don't know if he's homeless.
I'm like
Might have a-
$8 from being him. It's not. I'm not really punching that far down by calling him a bum
And I was looking at him.
from one bum to another.
He's always there, right? And this is my thing. If I didn't have anybody relying, not relying, but looking for me to do stuff, that's the only thing that makes life difficult is when people want you to do things.
Yes.
You got to be on time somewhere. You got to be somebody's texting you and you got to reply. If I was homeless, life would be great. I'd just be, and that's always an option. So if I ever get depressed, I would just be like no to everything.
Right.
Things are what make life difficult. But we what's the word I'm looking for? We accept things. We take
Oh,
things
sure.
on.
I got you. Yeah.
So if life is easy. People.
You're talking about like surviving is easy, but then like
Surviving is
participating in the societal norms that we've
That's
agreed to,
what's difficult.
that's the part that's hard.
Do you think that bum would be like, yeah, dude, I got it great?
He probably does, man.
You think so?
You gotta think how easy it is to not, once you are homeless, every day you can practice not being. You can save it forever.
Right.
You've got nobody's relying on you. Nobody's looking for you to,
provide anything or
Yeah.
do anything. Yeah.
You-
Their expectations are non-existent.
There's literally only up. It's not, you got no debt, this is only up. And if you just
Well, no, if you're homeless, it doesn't mean your debt goes away.
essentially, if you ain't gonna pay it, you know, it's not like
I think you're applying the Buddhist mentality, but I think most homeless people are like either drug addicts or insane. So I don't think they don't have that
Or
freedom.
both.
sure. There's that, but
Or incapable of dealing with life at all.
sure,
And nasty feet.
sure, whatever.
I want clean feet. That's
That's your
my thing.
requirement
That's
for
rock
homeless
bottom.
people?
When I have dirty feet, I feel like I will. If I kill myself, my feet will be dirty.
That's how bad it's gotten.
I'm just
I
saying,
remember
man.
my friend Ricky always told me, he's like, if she has 7-Eleven feet, she's got a 7-Eleven pussy. So you should never fuck a chick with dirty feet.
That is true.
Hey, look, I understand. Every day they could just save up money to get something. Like you save up one day, you just panhandle and you get $5, right? And then you go take a shower and now you're clean and you can get a job. But they don't do that. Every day they're not trying.
You sound like Ronald Reagan right now.
Maybe.
This is why I've put him on
What's
the
your middle
streets.
name? Ronald Reagan Taylor.
I'm just saying, man. It seems like it's I did it. I've done
I know
it.
you lived in a van. No, I don't. They don't know that yet. Yeah.
Oh, I keep forgetting it.
You don't have to address it. You don't have to address it. I would have pointed like that if there was no camera.
Look, it's like, yo, I did it, man. Nobody looked at. Nobody was looking for me.
Yeah, you were in a van.
No, there was no sense of time. I didn't have to be up at any time. I would just be naked. I would go to the beach and fucking just let my balls hang. Being homeless is great. It's great. It's awesome.
Can I just point something out? And I'm not
I didn't
trying
have
to
a job.
make
I didn't
correlations
need
here.
money.
But the last two black guests we had were homeless at one point. That's just
Part of
something.
my requirement on having black guests on is
This
they
is
have to.
starting to sound like a social work podcast.
Oh man, I would just, and then I had came from Detroit, you know, so all the people I knew were back there. I had no girlfriend, no girls were asking me for, you know, whatever girls want, whatever it is they want all the time. And none of that stuff, man. I was so happy, just jerking off, going to the beach, fucking just. You know,
That sounds
drinking.
fantastic.
Yo, I would.
These are all my hobbies.
I know, jerking off, sitting at the
I'd go
beach.
to 7-Eleven and I
Drinking.
would get a 40 ounce of Bud Ice.
Oh,
And,
that's so awful.
and I would get 10 chicken wings. And I would watch porn naked by the beach, bro. Jerk off eating chicken wings, man. And then I
What do you mean jerk off eating chicken wings? You're gonna get hot sauce on your dick.
Come on, I'm not crazy. I'm fucking 27. You don't think I got that handle by now? I wasn't doing that.
So, I also figured
I had a system.
what was the system?
He's got two hands for a reason.
Come on now, you.
How do you eat while you're jerking off?
Practice.
Easy.
is what you do.
How do you eat while you're
I'm
jerking
sorry.
off?
I'm sorry if this is revealing. If both of you eaten while you've jerked off,
Have you ever seen somebody play the drums? You can do, you know? You're playing the 16th notes over here. You're playing the 8th notes over here.
I've never eaten while I was jerking off. I never
Trust
thought.
me, well, you haven't lived.
Am I missing
I've
out?
ate while getting my dick sucked.
Yeah, man.
Well, yeah,
that's
because
things.
she forced you to.
She didn't oh, come on. Do you think I was like, I don't know? I don't know. If
I do because you said it was too much.
It was too. Yeah, it was too much in that like Sodom and Gomorrah way, where it just
Sometimes,
you feel like you lose your soul when you're
Yeah.
feeling too good. You know,
Not me.
you're like,
Not
I'm about
me.
to get into some weird shit. Like,
Not when I was by myself, man. But those were the good old days. These were the good old days.
So now you're not in a van anymore and you miss it.
Well, I still have it. I could, but now people, you know, they expect me. They expect things of me.
Right.
Like I have. If I didn't go out and do comedy when I first got here, nobody knew Ron Taylor's. Nobody cared. I got a spot tonight. Just stop calling in. Just take all. I could do this, but you know, I've got bookings and stuff like that. When I moved here, I didn't have nothing, and that was great. But now I get, you know, I have more money than I did then. It's still no money, but there's
right.
pros.
One
and
is
cons.
bigger than zero.
Pros and
Infinitely
cons.
bigger.
100%.
Yeah, you infinitely increased your income.
But you know, there's pros and cons to everything. But it was a good time, and I'm liking this time now. It's just, whoo, shit.
Is there anything you don't like about it? About this new added pressure?
That's everything he just said for the last 20 minutes.
Because it's normal. You got to remember, most people never live how I lived for that year and a half.
Sure.
So most of my life, people expected something of me. I had to go to school, you know, and do homework. Ugh, I hated homework.
Yeah.
You ever think about how just ridiculous homework was?
It's cruel.
Like, homework? No, fuck you. I'm going home.
Get rid of PE and make it the class, like a home studies class where you do all your homework and make it schoolwork and stop sending kids home. It's insane to send kids. It's not right.
So much pressure. It puts you in a mental prison. And it gives me so much anxiety.
Just because you had to do a few math problems at home? What the fuck are you guys talking about?
Genius here. What?
It's not a genius. Why are you getting all sassy about it? I'm just saying justify it.
It's brutal. It takes away your childhood. It steals your childhood.
It does not steal your childhood. Kids in other countries go to school for longer. They do more schoolwork.
Would you like to have gone to school in China? Does that look good?
Them.
They're just smart. What do you mean, so what?
And also, who's smarter?
Yeah, it says who?
Statistically.
Just because they can do a test better? Fuck that test.
Why aren't they number one? We are.
Yeah, fuck those.
We're not number one. We're not number
talking about?
America, we kill everybody. We're murderers.
That doesn't mean we're number one.
Yes, it does. 100% does.
You need to watch a science thing with some animals. The people that kill the most.
You think there might be a boxer in the heavyweight division with a higher IQ than Anthony Joshua, but he's number one.
Right now, number one is the white man, the most murderous creature on the face of the earth. And that's for the number one. And I applaud them for that. That's okay.
Thank you. We
As a
appreciate
black
that.
guy, I can say that.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Finally, somebody giving you the accolades you
So
deserve.
sick of all the shit I've got.
That's the thing, bro. White people are greater. They're greater murderers, man. Like this is how murderous white people are. Before racism, which was a thing created so they could carry out murderous acts. White people invented witchcraft, which they never proved. They just was like, how can we kill people, man? I want to kill somebody. She's a witch. Like, what is that? I don't know, but we'll figure it out. And
afterwards,
it's the devil.
We'll write it in. We'll write it in later.
The devil is in this woman. We need to murder her.
Murderous.
No, there's great things like if this witch floats, she's a witch. If she sinks, my bad.
Yeah, and like
shit like that.
You never found any witches. It's like, well, how did this even start? Where'd you even get the idea of a witch from?
Do you know the real theory? And I won't go into it too much because I know we did on the podcast though. But people think that the witchcraft thing came from moldy caraway seeds in the bread, and it's like a psychoactive thing. They lost their minds.
That's crazy.
But it's weird that I don't believe it because it's like, okay, the men lost their minds, but the women didn't. Why are the men killing all the women and it wasn't happening vice versa? So I don't know.
Dog.
Yeah, we're murderous people.
But yes, back to homework.
But like paganism happened before the Salem witch trials.
Also white though, right? So you're saying
it's all white. Yeah.
I'm not saying that was when it started. I'm just saying that's a crazy.
What about the Mayans though? Nobody ever shits on them, cutting off heads and rolling them down pyramids and shit.
This,
that's also kind of funny though. If you're gonna decapitate somebody, that is kind of the
funniest. Throwing a bitch in a pond is funny too.
No, that's not as funny. That's
yes,
hacky.
it is. That's you being fucking a little personal about it.
No,
if you step outside your vagina and you think about just throwing a woman in a pond, that's the witchcraft thing because if they floated or not.
Cement
but I'm saying like that
concrete kicks.
Throwing somebody in a pond that's not as funny as cutting somebody's heads off and letting it roll down an entire.
Throwing somebody into anything is so cartoon and funny to me.
But that's what I'm saying. That's not killing them. Like if you kill them after they were floating or not floating.
They did that for the Lord, though. They was trying to like farm stuff and it was a sacrifice, and it's like if there was 300 of them, one a year. Got their head rolled down.
Dude, it was like every day.
Was it?
Yeah.
Well, who told you that?
It was a lot of them.
Mel Gibson?
Cortez the Killer. Cortez the Killer told me that.
Whatever. I don't believe any of that stuff, man. I wasn't there. Whatever.
Oh, you think it was just a really like a creative artist that was just like, and then they would cut off their heads and it would roll down.
Right.
You think
there is something
that's their revisionist history? It's like, nah, dude, we used to cut people's heads off and roll them down the stairs.
I don't know.
It is interesting the distinction you're making where like these Mexicans are killing people for farm and God, and we're just killing people because it's like Why not?
Why not? Fuck it, man. Fuck it, dog.
Life is shit anyway.
Kill a motherfucker.
Is that about being white or is that about being in snow countries?
I mean,
I think
both.
snow might have something to do with it.
Why would snow have anything to do with it?
Because you have a winter and you're like, fuck this. Somebody needs to die. This is bullshit. There is ice on the ground.
There's a like a documentary series or docu-series or whatever that I really shouldn't even be telling you guys about, but it's called Hidden Colors. And there's a theory in that even if it's not true, it is interesting. And it's like the murderous nature of what they call Anglo-Saxons in that documentary came from being in the mountains. Now, when you're in Africa and you're hungry or something like that, you just pick something up. You pick up a thing. In the mountains, not only is it cold all the time, you have to kill to stay warm. People dying all the time, and there's no food, so you have to kill to eat. Just murder is just
the economy.
That's what it is.
It's a murder economy. So
that's a theory, and it's like they carry it on. Who knows if it's true? Pretty interesting. Anything to tease the white man, I'm down for. So I'm with that. But I did not forget what I wanted to say, which is homework. I'll tell you why it's awful. So you got 6 classes, and they all give you homework. And I got to go home and do hours of homework? And I was just in school for hours? No, that's torture. And it fucks your mind up. And you're right. It robs you of your childhood. That's why I didn't like homework. I don't know why you liked homework. You talking about just a couple math
It's not about liking it, but it shouldn't also take hours of once you were in college, sure, but I was like, but they never gave you so much homework where it's like it was never due the next day. Like,
I don't know what school you went to, but it wasn't.
I went to school in Florida, so maybe it was just easier.
Florida is ridiculous. Florida is a.
I just had a color. I don't know what you guys had to do. I just had a color when I was going to do that anyways.
Man, so much.
And that was in college.
I had to bedazzle my flip flops. That was my final.
That was my thesis.
Florida's just a ridiculous place. I do this radio show on Twitch or whatever, and it's like every other story that comes in is something crazy happening in Florida.
But you know why?
Why?
It's because Florida's police records are for the public. So everybody can access their stories.
Yeah.
Other states,
There's plenty of other gnarly shit. We just put it on blast.
The whole country's as crazy as Florida, and that's something we're gonna have to reconcile.
That's fair, but man, just like
Texas, I think is another one that you can just access records, and that's why everybody's like Florida and Texas, craziest place.
Oh, okay, well, fair enough. But yeah, man, homework is shit, man. So much homework.
It's bullshit.
I remember one day. I just was like, I'm not doing this.
Yeah, me too.
I didn't know that it was it's really not, but one day it just dawned on me. I think I was a junior. And I was like, I'm not doing none of this.
Yep.
I'm not doing it. I had like 6 classes and I had papers doing all of them. Like, how do I have a paper doing math? What the fuck am I writing about? I have to write about some mathematician. It's like, this is, fuck this. Mm-hmm. And then I became a comedian, so.
Exactly.
Where you got to do even less.
I just remember having like a 12 homework average and like a 98 test average in one of my classes and arguing with my teacher, Miss Bartholomew. I just remember I clearly learned whatever the shit you were trying to teach me. Mm-hmm. Tested me and I got it.
See, that was
She's like, school's not about learning. It's about learning how to have a schedule or some shit like that. Basically how to make you into a soldier.
Whatever.
It was bullshit.
Not a soldier, a fucking drone.
An ant.
Like, why is it in school we don't learn the core things that you need in life to be a
like how to balance a motherfucking checkbook and how to be financially stable, how to not go into debt. Like, they don't teach you any of the shit that you would need as an adult.
I know why they don't do that. It's so that they can, keep us in check and make us drones and stuff like that. You can't have a nation of financially literate people, which I understand. That's cool. But you would think we'd at least know how to fix our own cars. No, but we don't know about cars, cooking. Everybody is nobody.
Well, they used to teach you cooking.
Well, these are all the classes they would send the kids that they thought were just no good. The vocational shit. They're like, all right, go learn to fix a fucking car, monkey.
But everybody, not everybody, but a lot of people fucking drive cars. Mm-hmm. And none of us, why do we all have to go to a specialist to fix something? We all
have it.
We all have these. Why did I learn geometry? that's so specific. What
Yeah.
problem statistics? I remember like looking at graphs. I haven't seen a graph in who knows how long, but that was a year of my life.
I still use this.
Dedicated-
I still use statistics.
You're a jerk. You are a fucking elitist, homework loving,
Elitist.
smarty
I'm just
Spaniard
because I'm
colonist.
questioning you.
fake fucking Mexican.
No, I used to
learny
I used to
pants.
test out. I used to test out of stuff, so I didn't have to do as much
Pretentious
homework.
Mexican.
You,
Yeah, they're called Spanish. You fucking prick.
I only pick arugula. I don't pick spinach.
you use graphs right now. What do you use graphs for?
I don't
You're
use
an
graphs,
heirloom
but I
tomato
use
picker.
Statistics. Well, if you think about, because like you need stats and stuff for like marketing, and if you are in business for yourself, you have to take some of that stuff into consideration,
Man,
like
what?
the 80-20
This
rule.
conversation's going to put him right back in the van. It really is. He's got to move to Sacramento,
What?
fish on the Sacramento River, get some butter and avocado.
I didn't know you were gonna get so upset if I challenged any of your
It's
ideas.
not about a challenge. It's just that's fair. I mean, you know, there are some people who use these great things, but as a whole,
But most of it I didn't. Like I agree
Yeah.
with you. Most of the shit
Yeah.
I didn't. Like we didn't. Like I understand that algebra is to teach you how to problem solve. Like okay, if I put these two things together, it teaches you logic. I understand that.
Does it?
Sure, like because if you take this problem, if you insert this instead of that,
I don't think my brain has ever really went back to the foundation of algebra when it comes to logic.
Also, that motherfucker in Goodwill Hunting was a goddamn janitor, and he had all that math figured out, and it did
Yeah.
nothing for him. He was still mopping floors.
but I'm saying I don't think
And that's
they're
a
teaching.
true story.
I don't think they're teaching you math for you to later on use specific like math problems. I think it's to figure shit out. Like it helps with like critical thinking.
No, it doesn't. Here's the deal. It doesn't. Here's
No?
the deal, man. We know because this is factual and this is documented, right? The curriculum that is in school. First of all, up until
Can't
like
hear you.
19 whatever, who fucking knows? I don't remember. But like the what do they call it? Industrial Revolution. Before that, a lot of people didn't go to school. School
Yeah.
wasn't mandatory.
That was part of the Industrial Revolution.
A lot
Yeah.
of people just lived. That was
or the
life.
workers' revolution.
And then school happened. And then later it became mandatory. But we have the same curriculum from the Industrial Revolution. And the reason that curriculum existed is because those were the subjects needed to be proficient in the industrial fucking thing.
Yeah,
Making
working
cars,
at cotton gin. Yeah.
all that shit. So we don't live like that anymore, but the curriculum is the same. So they might find some new ways or reasons to justify this old ass curriculum, but we know it's not true. We don't need these things, and that's not why we still learn these things. It's because people are fucking lazy. And nobody really cares.
So what you're
about
saying is
people.
Ted Bundy was right.
I don't know who Ted Bundy is. but
I don't think you meant
No,
Ted
no,
Bundy.
I didn't mean it. I meant the Unabomber. What's the Unabomber's name? Kaczynski.
I don't know white people.
In his
names, but
manifesto,
probably.
he talks about how like
Kaczynski might be the whitest name.
Yes.
Ted Kaczynski. The guy has 47 fucking, what's not a verb? What's what? Not a vowel. Consonants.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm having used it for.
I'm like,
you in the
fuck
second
homework.
grade.
What's not a noun vowel?
what's the other one?
The only reason
in
you
his-
even knew that is to use it in this fucking joke. Like
Exactly.
That's how useless, it was. How useless that information was.
But in his manifesto, he talks about how the Industrial Revolution ruined this country and it made us dependent on technology, so on and so forth. I mean, like the guy was nuts, but he did have some good points.
I mean, it's like weed, man. Like I don't even smoke weed, but we all know that it was just propaganda from a few people, but one being that what was some paper industry. Some guy was like
Because the hemp made a more
Yeah.
reliable paper, and it
That
was ruining the
and-
tinder industry.
It was that and racism. Everything else was just a lie. Now we know it and we know it.
Yeah.
But people still come up with other reasons to say
Sure.
why weed isn't legal or it still isn't fully legal. Like there's a lot of stuff we know.
One of my favorites
But
is when they start
don't care.
posting that, like, if you smoke marijuana, it's going to make you homosexual. That's like one of my favorite, like, ridiculous, like, like I'll
weed
see
now,
me.
bro.
I know me some
Well, I will say that we have now that weed is legal on a national level. It seems like the country is gayer than it's ever been. Like we are living in a really gay time. Like, it is so gay out there, which is fine. But it is like, you remember the 90s? It was not this gay.
I've never smoked weed and I was like, man, I need some pussy all of a sudden.
It was not this gay. I'm just saying these two things have happened. We've gotten gayer and weed has gotten legal.
You know what? Well,
I think it's no.
See,
Dude,
that's how rules are made. Wait a minute, this, and this. You know what? This it must be this. It's not like it could be anything else. Just two random fucking
I think
correlations.
it's just no, just more people are live streaming both things now because it's safe too.
All these Marvel movies coming out in the last two. It must be the weed. I don't think it's that. Yeah, man. But you know what I hate about the whole like gay conversation? The thing that I never hear anybody say. It's a lot of whole like, are you born that way or if it's a choice? Why is that the only two sides of it? As if that's how anything else
can also
is.
be molested into you.
Well, sure.
Jesus.
Whatever, I guess. I've heard, there's a lot of people that's a big correlation.
Sure.
But
it's the third thing. I didn't choose it. I wasn't born that way. I was molested into this.
But this is my thing, man. That's fucking awful.
It's really
You're going to get petitioned the shit out of me. And I say some racy things. This is what's messed up. He is so right.
That's when you get in the most trouble.
Yeah.
Is when you stumble on some truth.
But it's not the only thing, obviously. We're not crazy. But this is no. When I hear people say, like, why would anybody choose that? What does that even mean? Why would anybody choose that? As if, like, was I born speaking English or did I choose to speak English? It's neither one.
You were taught.
It's just conditional. Like, was I born liking rap or did I choose? I don't really. Well, no, it just was around. It's just some things are conditional.
Sure.
It's not that difficult to be gay, bro. And conditions now, some conditions promote it. That's okay. Now, if you want to go as far as to say you're born that way, fine. But this is my thing, man. Why is it that's the only thing you're born? Can you be born? And nobody asks these questions, right?
Are you born a pedophile?
Well, and people hate that only because we now, because in 20 years, we don't know. We might say it's okay. Who knows? But, because whatever. I'm not even going to go that fucking deep. But it's like.
I just spared you an Alex Jones rant.
Yeah.
Right. I'm just asking questions, man. I'm just asking questions. Fine, you're born gay. Are you born a bottom? Are you born a top?
That's got to be nurture.
Who knows? I don't know. I'm just saying. So where does the born stop? Is it? Are you born?
I think bottoms were not. They were breastfed too long, and tops were not breastfed long enough.
You're getting in trouble.
They know I'm kidding.
I don't think they do. I don't think anybody knows anybody's kidding anymore. I don't think kidding is a thing now. There's no joking. Everything is serious and it all is real. How dare you? You're an asshole.
You accuse me of being molested in homosexuality and not breastfed long enough.
Yo,
how do you know me so well?
These are questions that.
But that's the whole thing is like. But they say like if you're molested, you're more likely to become a pedophile.
What?
Actually, I think that honestly, I perpetuate that myth because it backs up a joke I have. But I think there's a lot of research that's actually not. They're like disproving.
Oh, like it's like a serial killer thing. Like there's like a blip in the brain. Like they did a study. I don't remember which university did it, but there was like where they analyzed like brain scans of several different serial killers, and they all have like the same kind of like blip in it.
Really?
And so there's like a thing that they're trying to figure out if they can kind of like lobotomize it out of.
And then what? Just get a job packing groceries?
Something, I guess.
You kill 30 people and they're like, we'll just lobotomize it out and you can go back to...
Well, no, but I mean like preventatively, like if you could get a brain scan, and if you have that means you're more likely to be a serial killer. But I'm saying like if there was a thing like that in
all
pedophiles,
science is still just like religion. Like everything you're saying sounds like ancient to me.
Yeah.
Like it's still, we don't know anything about medicine. It just, that doesn't feel real.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you got to be able to have the money to research the shit. What do you mean? Like,
we're going to lobotomize out the serial killer gene. I picture, that sounds like somebody who's talking over a cauldron. Or like
the serial killer. I don't know, man.
It's not a gene, but if it was a gene, you would be able to.
What's a blip in a brain? What does that mean?
It's like the same part of the brain has like a dark spot in it.
This is some wizard shit. This is it.
I mean, I guess some people got to research stuff.
Well, dude, like, I mean, it's the same thing. Like, where you can,
because some, you
get mad at their homework now.
It's like, yeah, hey,
they like to let the kids that like doing homework do homework.
nerds.
Not
As my glasses are off, I can see that. But I mean, I guess, man.
But at the same time, like, wouldn't that be cool though if we could figure that out? If there was a way to be preventative about it? No, you think it's better to just have pedophiles?
Oh, I thought we were talking about serial killers still.
It's either one.
I like serial killers more than I like pedophiles. I want that to be known.
But that's the other thing, man. Like, pedophiles. I guess. What is that? What is that?
It's fucking kids.
Yeah, it's grown people that want to fuck kids.
I would say the statutory rape pedophile line is probably, I'm going to go with 14.
Okay, that's you.
Yep.
Now there's somebody else. So, how can somebody's character be judged based off of just what you feel? Isn't that like personal? Somewhere else?
Well, when you're even if you have personal preferences, but if you have to include somebody else into your preference, then you get to, because you might be fucking up somebody else when you know.
I mean,
pedophilia has never really been a good thing for a kid.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's never been like a. It's never been like.
I guess.
Who's
getting in trouble now?
Just saying. Whatever. Like, this is the thing, man.
Wait, what are you saying? Now I'm confused.
I mean, okay, when you talk about lobotomizing, like, what do you call it? Serial killers and pedophiles and all that stuff. Whatever. I whatever. Lobotomy. Fuck it. But just how fast we are to just demonize somebody without asking any questions. It's just weird to me, like how we just love hating.
Oh man, I have a bit about this specifically about pedophiles.
Okay, pedophile. I don't think
I agree with what you're saying in a way.
Yeah, I don't think it's right, and I have my own personal level. Like I don't even like fucking with 20-year-olds. Like they don't. I don't want to talk to you. You don't know anything. But in another country, this is the age, and in this country, this is the age. Like, so we're just gonna be like, you're a fucking monster, are they? Says who? Because the law makes you a monster?
Right.
Like 50 years ago, if you kicked a black person in the ass, you were being fucking
cute.
Patriotic.
You were being cute.
You were being patriotic. You were doing the right thing for the world. That was 50 years ago. So if you didn't kick a black person in the ass, right, and you walked a black woman across the street as a white dude, you were a fucking monster.
You were Bernie Sanders.
You were a monster. Yeah. You were like a piece of shit. So it's just, I don't know if we should be, I don't think we should be so fast to just yell out monster to things that are like, that we haven't asked a lot of questions about.
I do think it's anything sexual, for some reason you get demonized way too quick. Like clearly something fucked up happened to Louis to make him to do that way. And nobody would ever ask that question in public. What happened to him as a kid to make him addicted to masturbating in public or whatever? Like any like sex shit.
Yeah, whatever causes
pedophile stuff. Nobody
behavior.
ever wants. They just want to kill it. They don't want to look at it and be like, what is this? What makes somebody this way? Because there's no country where I think it's like legal to it's even illegal in Vietnam to fuck a 8-year-old.
Yeah,
it is. I don't know. I don't think there's any country, because we would all know about it because there'd be musicians would all own houses over there.
I mean, that's kind of already.
Keith Richards would live there. Motley Crue would live there.
Right. I think that.
But all those countries, it's illegal. It's just it's easy to get away with it.
I think that's terrible. 8. But I also think okra is terrible. Should I be making all the rules in the world?
I love what you just said.
Oh my God. Did you really just compare pedophilia to okra?
Yeah, I did.
That is the greatest thing I've ever heard. I violently disagree with you. But I love that you said that.
Yo, I think pedophilia is terrible.
What the fuck just happened?
I think it's terrible.
Fucking hate's a bad, but I also hate okra.
I think it's terrible. I think it's awful, but I also think okra is terrible. That doesn't mean,
I feel like there's a bit more severity in one than the other.
So you say.
What do you mean, so I say? As a person who's experienced both, one's way fucking worse.
Yeah. When I was a kid, my uncle fucked me with okra. And I still love both.
I'm just saying, man. It's like, it just seems to be the way that we just roll over fairness is just ridiculous to me. Yo, how is it that you can't drink until you're 21, right?
Yeah.
Until you're
Here in the United States.
until you're 21, but you can enlist in the army
At 17 with a waiver.
What the fuck? You can go kill people for a living, but you can't have a brew? What does that even mean? How is that? How do we just get that? In what world is it okay?
In this world. But that's what I'm saying. It's
But
not like
that's
that everywhere
crazy.
else.
So
Yeah.
if you just take that and it's like that's why
It doesn't take any maturity to catch a bullet in the chest for the country. It takes maturity to be able to get fucked up.
I mean, but that's crazy to me that you can go. And here's the thing, like R. Kelly, they call
Who's
him a
that?
monster. Who's that? Robert something.
Robert something Kelly.
Sounds like a nice Irish man.
Right. Talk about
River dancer? Big river dancer?
how much
River
of a
Dancer Kelly.
monster. How much of a monster he is, right?
Right.
Do I agree with what he did? No. I don't like all of his songs. So, I don't have to.
It's
agree
easier to be objective when you don't like all the songs.
It's like, but here's the thing, man. R. Kelly can't talk to 14, 15, and 16-year-olds, right? Because why? Because they're immature, right? And their brains haven't been molded enough for them to make decisions as to whether or not they want to deal with.
They want to fuck R. Kelly.
Right.
Yeah.
Imprisonment.
Right. But Army recruiters can go to high schools and court 14, 15, and 16-year-olds and put them in
those are
ROTC, which is, on the track to become a fucking soldier. So you can go, groom somebody to be a murderer,
Yeah.
and protect the country. We need that. That's okay. But you can't groom somebody to fuck them?
Here's the thing, though. You don't come out of R. Kelly's house employable. You don't have
You don't get a GI Bill from getting raped by R. Kelly.
You just come out.
You go to college after you fuck R. Kelly when you're 14.
I'm just saying,
or get pissed
bro,
on.
Look, if you could go to the army, you should be able to suck dick. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, bro. If you can go to the army,
you just need a waiver signed. So you should just get a waiver signed from your
parents. If you can go to the army at 17, you should be able to suck dick and drink. Yo, death is final. That's
right.
It. And that's what you're risking.
16-year-olds can suck dick. They just can't suck 30-year-old dicks.
Why not? They can be in the army with 30-year-olds. Why not?
But not at 16. They can't. I know what you're saying.
We're talking about months here, bro. What is the difference? What's the difference? It's like, let me.
I think the thing I said earlier about employability.
This is all I'm saying. It's very hard to be employed when you're dead. Okay. Like, those girls got.
Do you know the percentage of soldiers that die? It's like one, not even 1%. Nobody's dying in the military, really.
Okay, let's say that's the case.
I was in,
but their job, right, is
R. Kelly. I was in R. Kelly.
Like a big fucking deal.
You mean R. Kelly was in you?
They have guns. That's a big deal. But you can't drink. They're protecting the entire country. We trust them with that. They can make decisions enough to protect the country and can't lick pussy.
Listen,
why?
I love what you're saying. I hate to be autistic and reply to these with seriousness.
No, I'm with it. These are my real questions.
Because 18-year-olds are not fucking generals. They don't make decisions. They're not
They
trusted.
just get told what to do. Just like they're getting told to suck R. Kelly's dick.
It's not like an 18-year-old is in the White House being like, I think we should flank them on the left in Syria, and then reaching for the scotch, and they're like, da.
That's fair, bro. That's fair. I know. That's fair. But they're still there. You know what I'm saying? They still there. And that's all I'm saying. We either it's all 18 or it's all 21, or we let us do some other shit. If 21 is the age, I'm okay. If 40 is the age, I'm okay with it. But it's like, don't fuck with me until I'm 21. You should not be able to go to the army until you're 21. Or you should be able to fuck when you
can fuck adults when you're 18, though. Like, the world is what you're. The only outlier is drinking. Now, I just don't think you can groom. Listen, I know what you're saying about the army can groom soldiers.
Can a 40-year-old fuck a 16-year-old? Is that legal?
In Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Ohio.
You can fuck somebody under 18 with permission from their parents.
This world is fucking nuts, bro. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Wait, I have a series.
type of
Let's
world
pitch a
is
series where me and you have the first one to get a parent to sign off to let us fuck their 16-year-old kid wins $100,000.
How do you think 16-year-olds have gotten married?
No, but that's a reality TV show. It's a contest like The Amazing Race, where you the first one to get a parent to sign off on, yes, you can fuck my 16-year-old daughter or son, whatever you need.
I think that is just terrible, man. Like, we got some very weird rules, man.
I know.
You can drive a car by yourself at, what is it, 15, 16?
16.
15, you get a permit. 16, you can get your license.
You can get behind the wheel at 14 and 9 months. I know, at least in Detroit.
Yeah.
14 and 9 months. You can take driver's training.
Yeah.
Why can't you groom a 14 and 9-month-year-old person to fuck once they're 16? Why is that wrong?
Again,
I think it's wrong, but you also can prepare to drive a death machine. Like,
again, you're comparing like life skills and employment and things that like tools that help you get through life and fucking. And I think they're two very different things. Now, I you know what my problem is? I feel like I'm coming at you with emotional information and not factual information, because all I'm thinking in my head is that picture of Woody Allen with his Soon Yi on his lap at the Knicks game when she was like 8.
Yeah.
And then I think about him marrying her, and that makes me want to throw up. Now, if she was on her lap steering a car and not at the Knicks game, I'd be like, oh, yeah. So I don't know. Maybe I'm not thinking factually. Maybe I'm just thinking emotionally.
Here's what
I don't know.
I don't even know that there is a thing to do, but I do think that there are questions, and it's just like, I find it interesting how just a little this way or a little that way, now it's okay. Now you're a monster. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just think that's weird. Like, I don't know. Whatever. Who cares? I think my career's over. I just talked about all this stuff, kid fucking and stuff like that.
Just because you think pedophilia is fine doesn't mean your career is over. Have you looked into Hollywood? You're in the
You're in the right business.
You're the only industry.
To be
right now, the CEO of Disney is like, get this guy in. Let's get him a show.
This guy knows how to party.
Yeah, he'll keep his mouth shut.
Give him a TV
I agree.
show.
I have been treated unfair, Ron.
I'm not even saying that as fair as
Dan Schneider is like about to give you $2 million. I've been grooming.
And how about this, bro? Like, what about God? What did he say?
What did God have to do with pedophilia?
When is puberty? When do you hit puberty?
With McDonald's, 6.
Shit. I guess we fucked that up too, huh?
Yeah.
Humans, we fuck up a lot of shit. Because whenever puberty hits,
like
God
big
said,
titty 8-year-olds and big dick 7-year-olds walking around right now. Just a 7-year-old with a huge adult cock.
I think whenever puberty hits, that's when God said we should be fucking, right? That's essentially what puberty is. It's fuck time, right?
Right.
So yeah. I think you're ready then.
But
what age is that?
But are you ready for like a 40-year-old with callous hands who's bitter and been through a divorce? Or are you ready for another person your age who's blossoming at the same time?
Everybody that's 40 is not a monster. Yo, Michael Jackson was very gentle with those guys. If you see the documentary, I know this is sick, man.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Mike seems so tender. And this is
oh my God.
This is them explaining it.
He was a tenor, not a tender.
These kids weren't kids. They were grown when they were saying him like, yo, he was never rough. This is what they said. I'm not making this shit up. They was never rough. He was never rough. And like, he would always be like, this was how you
But that doesn't make it any less wrong if it's not rough.
Said rough, callous hands after divorce. Mike was a very gentle, patient fucking guy, licked their booty holes and stuff, and was very soft.
Where are those kids now? How are they doing? What is their trajectory?
They got a fucking hit documentary on HBO. Mike said, one day you're going to be a big time director. And he was. Mike didn't tell no lies. Like, he let these kids open up for him, bro. Mike made dreams come true. So how wrong is that? You know what I'm saying?
You're taking my side, and I don't know. Like, this is who I play on the podcast, and I don't know what to do right now.
I don't know how to handle two of you. Like, handle one of you at a time.
I'm just saying.
This is literally, if you like what Ron's saying, this is what all my stand-up is like. It's literally just this.
If it weren't, I don't agree. Again, I don't like boys. I definitely don't like underage people, but Mike does. And if it were not illegal, everything he was doing was very nice.
But so do you think Mike was born that way, or do you think that was beat into
Man,
him?
who gives a fuck? He's doing
We were talking about that earlier. That's why I'm asking.
But that's my thought process about being born. Something. It's like maybe he's just a freak leak. Yo, in the past, all great
Definitely
white men,
a freak.
a freak leak. Yo, all great white men fuck little white boys. That's just historic.
Now, do you think he fucked a little boy before he bleached his skin?
Man, I don't know. I think when he bleached his skin, he became the greatest white man he could be.
Right.
And then he went full force because we didn't hear no allegations until he was good and white.
Yeah, until
Until
his
Right up
nose
and down.
changed. Yeah,
Yeah,
for
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Yo, they said Leonardo DiCaprio, not DiCaprio, Da Vinci. I'm sorry, Leo. Da Vinci DiCaprio. No. Da Vinci, fuck little white boys, Socrates, fucking Alexander the Great, all those people.
Yeah, but do you have anything when the life expectancy was beyond 30?
I'm just saying, bro. If they all did and Mike did, it just, whatever.
Sure.
How do we know if that's true? That's the same thing as like the heads rolling down the mountain. We don't know if that's true either.
I'm just saying, those are the stories.
Great white men fucked kids.
Those are the stories. And I'm just saying, Mike was nice, bro.
I really hope Larry Bird didn't fuck a kid.
Maybe.
He's the last great white man.
in the past. But yeah, it was messed up. But that's just that. Those are the things I think about, man. Like that was like slavery was legal, right?
Sure.
It was legal.
Yep.
But it was very fucking mean, man. Like nobody wants to get whipped.
I'm sure there were a few gentle slave owners. Come on.
There had to have been a couple. I mean, they make movies about those guys all the time.
That's true. Right.
Hey, he was a slave owner, but he was nice.
But no,
Hey,
you're
man.
right, bro.
Yeah.
Like, there had to be.
Plow the fields if you want to.
The Michael Jackson
There had
of...
to be somebody.
Yeah, there was
that
a
nice
gentle
just
slave
because
owner.
400 years, somebody was nice. Even if they were nice just to be funny. Like,
Right.
if there's like, you know what? Fuck it. I don't know. But that was legal, but it was mean. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Pedophilia is illegal.
But it's nice.
But what Mike did, based off of how they
Sounded.
it sounded kind of
You need a hug.
It sounded
You need a hug. You are lonely. You're watching this documentary and you're like, I want somebody to be that tender with me. You were moved by how this pedophile was treating the kids because you are lonely.
No,
and you
bro.
need somebody to hold you.
Me, man.
Listen, I'm bailing you out right now. Okay? I'm bailing you out.
I'm talking about what these guys said. I don't know these guys. I don't know the story. I'm talking about what they explained. They said Mike reached out to him. He would call.
He reached around them.
He would call every day. He said, look, I bought this house for you. I bought Neverland for you. He was flying him back and forth. He bought one of the kids' mama a house. Okay, he bought their
Shut up
daddy
house.
fucking cars. Okay, he let one kid.
So you're
open
saying
up for him,
as
put
long as
another
you
kid
pay-
in
you
a
pay
commercial-
for it?
No. I'm just saying he molded their dreams. He said, look, you're gonna be a great director, and he was. This other kid wanted to be a big time choreographer, and he was. He was one of the biggest choreographers of all time. I remember him. I remember those videos where it's like learn to dance like NSYNC. This guy was doing shit.
Oh, he did
man.
the baby bye bye bye?
Yes, that was
Oh,
him.
wow.
He choreographed
I don't know.
Britney Spears.
I'm flipping now. That baby bye 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 was dope.
Yo, he did these things, right?
Is it worth getting your asshole tongued as a child?
Look. And he said, like, this is what these guys said. It was like he was always gentle, and he would hold our hand, saying this is how we show love, and they'd do some little tickly thing, and he would never force them in there or anything, and he liked to just lick their assholes and like suck their dicks, and it sounded like, hey, aside from the fact that it was illegal and you guys were kids, everything else would be great.
I just threw up in my mouth a little bit when he said
I
that.
think it's disgusting. I think
It was
disgusting.
it's the word tickle.
But they explained it like they was like, yeah, I was in love, and it's hard because I feel like I still love him. This is their life.
Yeah, that's trauma.
It's just weird, man. It's fucking
Yeah,
weird.
I think it's called Stockholm syndrome.
It's trauma.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if at any point when you're fucking a prepubescent person, you're a monster. I don't care how gentle you are, because a person doesn't have the hormones to reciprocate that.
Yeah, but the age that Mike was doing it's kind of just fucking like insane.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
Like a child, like 14, you can get tricked. Some big titty 14-year-olds out here. 5?
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
Also, no matter, even if he was on the smaller dick spectrum, an adult dick in a 5-year-old asshole is violent. I don't care how nice and
but he never did that. That's
Oh.
what they said. I mean, that's what they said. I don't know. I don't know what happened. I wasn't there. It's very weird, bro. I
went to Neverland Ranch a couple weeks ago.
Really?
Yeah.
What was out there?
It's just they don't let you in. It's just a big gate. And there was this mother and daughter sitting there outside the gate. And we were like, do you come here a lot? And she was like, yeah, we're here to see the new flowers. We come every week. And they sit there and they stare into the gate of Neverland Ranch. And if anybody comes by, they like witness them like Christians about how he's innocent.
About how he's innocent?
Yeah, he didn't do it.
Whatever. I wasn't there. I believe those guys, actually.
You believe survivors. You heard it here.
Yeah, I mean, I believe those guys because it was just it's like, you know, we as fans, we go so far to vindicate people and just be like, you know, the obvious. If anybody fuck kids, I think it's the guy that admits to having, you know, kids in his bed and has a fucking Ferris wheel in his backyard. If anybody does it, like if anybody fucks kids, it's
definitely
probably
that guy. Yeah, it's probably
the guy with the giraffe and
now, if he didn't do it, right, and they lied on him, I think they lied on everybody then. I don't think anybody's ever fucked a kid ever. If anybody ever fucked a kid, I think it's the guy
with
who's
the
had
voice.
3 people saying that they fucked me and he fucked me as a kid. And the guy that was like, I mean, yeah, I have him in my bed. Oh, you fuck kids, bro.
Yeah.
Well, there's an open shut case. But he's rich, you know, it is what it is.
And dead. That's the best defense he has, is being dead.
What are you gonna do?
It's the only thing that saved him.
I don't know who's gonna survive this podcast. He's all said some very.
Should we call it that? Surviving? No, sir, I don't like it.
I'm supposed to be talking about stuff I don't like. I just explained how Mike was nice to those kids when he gave them a career and sucked their dicks. He's a monster. If
You're gonna gain us a lot of fans we don't want.
But here's the thing, and this is what I do with my comedy, man. If somebody was to really pull everything I said, at no point did I agree with much of anything.
I'm with you.
You know, it's
No,
like,
for
these
sure.
are
I
just
think
questions.
everybody that listens to us knows that we're all just fucking around.
But there's a lot of dumb people out there, man.
No, for sure.
And it's the problem. Right
We
now.
hope they don't listen. That's what I'm saying. We hope they don't listen.
But this is not. I don't think the problem is that dumb people listen. It's that for whatever reason, people are listening to dumb people.
Yes.
That's the problem. Like, did you see Captain Marvel?
No.
Yeah.
Captain Marvel? Mm-hmm. Did you see Endgame?
Yeah.
Yo, Captain Marvel is one of the worst characters I've ever seen. The movie is one of the worst installments is the worst installment in the MCU. Period. It's so in response of this new feminist movement, which is very problematic.
Wait, Captain Marvel's a lady?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, now I'm not even going to get into all that. I'm not going to
She
nerd
gets
you
the
out
rank
right now.
captain.
That's part of the problem. It's addressed in the movie. Yeah.
Here's the thing, man.
It's symbolic. It's like being a knight.
This movie, it's just full of stuff from people listening to women going, this is wrong and we deserve this and we should have look, you can have everything you want in the world, but do we gotta listen to dummies just because they loud? Like, sure, there's the feminist movement and there are some smart people and there's some dumb people. Like every other thing. I'm black. You think it wasn't no dummies in the Black Panther Party?
Oh, for sure.
It was some fucking crazy people in there. There's dumb woke people and there's dumb feminists. But now they made this movie for the dumb feminists. Yo, in the movie, I'm gonna spoiler alert for Captain Marvel. You know, at the end of a movie, you go, he's the bad guy. You fight, or the bad person, whatever, the villain. This is how she combats the villain. It's the final scene, right? Like, all right, come on, fight me. And she goes, I don't have to prove myself to you. Roll fucking credits. It didn't happen just like that, but that's essentially what happened. It's like, What the fuck?
Twitter,
she still
the movie.
fights? What are you talking about?
No,
she still fights?
No, she just blasts them, and it was like that's fine. But the message that they were clearly trying to send, that was a real line. I don't have to. These are real lines that are in this movie. I think I'm done taking orders from you. I don't have to prove myself.
Oh, she also does a smile line, which was really annoying.
Yes, like what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
It's just terrible. Like,
Yeah, I haven't.
And then, they made everybody. It was just so cheesy. And it's not like anybody hates women. I saw, not Captain. What is it?
Wonder Woman was really
Wonder
great.
Woman
It was so much better. Yeah.
It's the best movie in the DCEU right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's great.
That was the whole thing. Is it was like
Terrible.
Yeah.
And as a movie, it was bad. Like just as a character, even if that was a dude, that's a bad movie. At no point did she fuck. I don't know why I'm reviewing this movie right now, but at no point did she like earn anything or deserve anything.
Well, that's the whole thing. Is like
she really cares.
The
about.
story of any good hero is to overcome adversity.
She overcame nothing but asshole guys.
Well, that was the whole thing. It was like
That's the villain. Asshole. You made a movie where the villain is guys being assholes. What kind of shit is that? That's insane.
Well, that doesn't make you extraordinary. That makes you like every bitch in the world. Like every chick has to deal with asshole guys. It doesn't make you a fucking superhero.
With fucking cosmos, and the villain is asshole guys. Wait a minute, you mean to tell me misogyny is on another planet? You brought in planetary misogyny?
Interplanetary misogyny.
Get the fuck out of here. This bitch is fighting monsters. Green, shape-shifting monsters. And she's trying to break the glass. How about what the fuck is my blood blue for? Worried about being treated equal, bitch. Get the fuck out of here. It makes no sense.
Just fighting in space for equal pay. Just fighting an octopus in space. 10 cents on the dollar.
You need to respect women, blue people. Fucking blue, bitch. Get the fuck out of here. It was shit, man. Fucking shit. And then, spoiler alert for Endgame, even though I'm not gonna fuck with it too bad. Yo, because they do this in the trailer. So this bitch, at the end of Captain Marvel, she fucking leaves and like just leaves.
Okay, well, this happens because her movie came out after they filmed most of this movie.
I know, but watch this. So she left.
She's in the beginning for 2 seconds, and then she fucks off for the entire film, and then comes back to the end.
What was her reason for leaving? When what's Blake?
She goes,
Don Cheadle. Like, yo, we all about that game, about that superhero
and she's
life.
like, there's problems outside in the universe.
Right.
It's not just all about Earth.
Bitch, where are you from? Where are you from? Where are you from? It's a talking raccoon on this planet right now. From another galaxy. And he's worried about Earth. You spent your entire life on Earth and now you got allegiance to other galaxies? How? And then at the end of the movie, she's late. You move at light speed, everybody else is here. Everybody else is here. There's fucking talking raccoons. There's a fucking Dave Bautista who knows what the fuck he is. Gamora, this fucking green bitch. There's psionic bitches from other areas. And you're late. Something else is more important than a guy that's on this fucking planet. You know where you're from, you fucking cunt? Who's snapping away half the galaxy and you're late?
I wish I had seen it so bad. I'm actually going to go see the movie now.
Just think about
just
it.
to be mad.
What could you be doing? Who could you be saving by not being on Earth?
Okay, but it's also
was
just because
tweeting
she
at Trump.
wasn't.
And I saw a meme that said that's how she's going to defeat Thanos. She's going to pull up anti-gay or gay tweets that he posted.
From the 80s?
Yeah. Old tweets. Thanos, you're an asshole.
Thanos is like, if Gamora eats pussy, I'm fucking cutting her head off.
Yo, fucking terrible character, bro. Awful. Super overpowered for no good reason. The bitch cares about nobody. Like, oh, it was shit. It makes my stomach hurt. I've been watching and then the actress, Brie Larson, I don't know her, but from what I've seen, she's not very likable as a person. As a person, like I saw her like answering a bunch of questions. It was like, what's Brie Larson's favorite food? Does she have a dog? Does she work out? And a lot of the questions, she's very standoffish. Like, does she work out? I don't know. Why? Are you saying I have to? What's it to you? Are you saying I have to work out? Are you attacking me? Bitch, this is Google.
It's called Ask Me Anything.
Yes.
It's an AMA and you're getting mad at questions.
She was getting mad at so many questions. She's so unlikable. And maybe the people at Marvel are geniuses because they got a very unlikable person to play a very unlikable character. Like in the comic books, Captain Marvel was never popular. And I didn't like her when they reintroduced her in 2016. They just made her the captain of what fleet, bitch?
You didn't have to move up in rank at all?
She's a captain of Bust magazine.
Yo, all of a sudden,
The SS Salon.
in the comic books, all of a sudden, she was like telling Tony Stark off. I'm like, oh, bitch, where you been? I've been reading comics for a while. How are you? You can't talk to Iron Man like that, ho. Get out of here. I ain't never seen you. No new friends, bitch.
No new friends.
Oh, my God. Terrible movie. And then they cut her hair and made her look all butch. For what? Who did you get your hair cut by?
But and also, if they want to make her, it's not like they're gonna go hire like an actual butch lady. They're gonna take a hot ass girl and then make her look butch because they're like they'll
Larson's hot.
I don't know what she looks like, but I'm saying that's what Hollywood does. They like put a fat suit on a skinny person instead of hiring a skinny person.
It's
You know
just
what I
That
mean?
person, yeah.
Why
Whatever,
why so much of an like? I don't mind agenda based movies, but make it good.
Yeah, 9 to 5 with Dolly Parton. That's a good ass movie.
Oh, that's a damn
I
good
don't know that
movie.
What is
It's
that?
very white. It's a Dolly Parton.
new?
No, it's
No,
from the
no,
80s.
it's from the 80s.
It's these secretaries who have this like real sexist boss who's like grabbing their asses and stuff, and they kidnap them and
Tie him
It's
up and
good,
then take
though.
over the company. It's really great.
legitimately good.
Yo, this is my thing about this, like this feminist movement. I think people forget what it means to be a feminist, right? Or the key word in being a feminist is feminine. It's feminine, right? Am I right? I mean, it's feminine. But here's the thing. This is how they get you. This is because like right now there's probably some well, I doubt it, but if somebody was to see this and they gave a shit, they'd be like, oh, well, fuck you, Ron. Who are you to say what's feminine? I'm not going to say what's feminine, but what is it? Mm-hmm. What is it?
You're
Define
asking.
that. Because there's masculine.
the argument is that there's a lot of things that are being told that are feminine, just like there are a lot of things that are being told masculine. That's like people don't want to adhere to any of those things. So,
but here's the thing, and I get it. I just think the approach is incorrect because we're not thinking about the right thing. And even if what I'm saying is absolutely correct, which is probably not, it doesn't matter. Do your thing, go crazy. But here's the thing: different people, different things have different attributes. We just put the attributes of men on top. We just make them look good.
Right.
But instead of women putting their attributes on top or pushing their attributes, they look to like
I get what you're saying.
associate themselves with the attributes of men that we have just boasted. Men were braggadocious. Our attributes are strength.
Right.
And let's just say a woman's attributes is fucking like
Decorating.
No. If men are strong, let's say women are loving. Let's just say that.
Sure.
And because men are meatheads, we make movies about it. We put it on caves and we strong. That's our shit. Mm-hmm. Women is loving and we don't care about that as men, right?
Right.
Instead of women being feminine or whatever that means, instead of them trying to push love and make it as popular as strength, they go, we're strong too. Sure, you are. But watch this. When you think about a cheetah, what do you think about?
Speed.
When you think about a gorilla, what do you think about?
Power.
Now, do you sit around and talk about how strong a cheetah is?
Nope.
Because that's not his attribute. Now, cheetah's pretty fucking strong. It'll bite your fucking head off. But that's not your shit. Your shit is being fast.
Right.
Women's shit is not being strong. Is there a woman stronger than me? Sure. But that's not women's shit. Find women's shit. Push that. Don't try to be men. That's taken away from what makes you unique. I don't need to see women doing a bunch of shit men can do. That's what they're for. It's like I'm a fucking fish. Men are fish, right?
Right.
We're swimming. And we made movies about swimming, and swimming is the shit. Swimming is the shit. And you get all these birds. We can swim too. Bitch, you a bird. Go fly. I don't want to see no bird swim movie.
Okay, but the
What about
argument...
March
You
of the
need to make
Penguins?
flying. We, as guys too, we need to put flying as high as we put swimming.
But the problem is you told us what our attributes were.
No, see,
for
that's the
years
thing. I
and years
never
and
did.
yeah, not you personally,
me,
but
but-
men. But men did. Men told us that all we were good for is to fucking make children and to cook and clean and all that shit. That was you.
I don't think so.
What do you mean? Where the fuck did that come from? We didn't make that up.
Because I don't think that. See, there's a difference between like what we say women are good at or what they should be doing, and what we associate being feminine. Everybody, for decades, it's in the Bible. Everybody knows that women are loving, nurturing, life-giving, and emotionally aware and present. Those have always been feminine attributes, correct? No one's ever taken that away from women. Now, we might have said what you should be doing. That's misogyny.
That's control.
But these 4 things and more, those are women attributes. We need to push those, not push the fact that women can do man shit. Men have just, for years, for centuries, for millennia.
But the thing is you guys don't give a fuck about us. That's the problem.
That's
you guys
the
don't give
problem.
a. You only give a fuck about y'all.
That's true. So we need, but
So the only way we can get your attention, because you guys are the one in power, is to do the same, have the same kind of attributes as you. Because then it's like, oh, that bitch is strong.
You know
That's when
what?
you get noticed, because you don't give a fuck about our attributes.
And here's the thing. I already said, I started with this. I said, what I'm saying might be right, but it doesn't matter, because that might be true. You might be right, but clearly that's not what should be. It's like the only way to get the job done might be women doing men shit, but it would be better if we made women shit important.
Right.
As opposed to making it important.
You
for
have
women
to do that. Women can't do that. You have to do that.
Well, when you're 50% of the population and you make your stuff as powerful as men's stuff and you're selling your own tickets and you're drawing your own crowds, like, you will inevitably have a power that needs to be reckoned with.
I think we as a nation need to do it. Clearly, it takes both.
Yeah, because without having men as allies, if you guys are in power, then it doesn't fucking matter ultimately, because you guys have to let us play. If you guys don't let us play, it doesn't matter how much we bitch or tweet or blog or whatever the fuck. Nothing's gonna change.
Wait a minute. We have to let you play.
But we're not the gatekeeper. I mean, nobody's a gatekeeper anymore. Like, power is so decentralized as far as attention and media is concerned right now.
I mean,
Come on,
less, but
dude.
it's still there. Obviously,
Not in real life.
Yeah.
Not when you're not talking about like Twitter, the Twitterverse.
What are you talking about?
I've been talking about like women billionaires, like women in power, women like CEOs, women as politicians, like all that shit is still decades and decades away for it to being
sure, but
equal. It's not equal, and that which you know, and I'm not saying that it's like. But in order for us to be pushed up, like, you have to have guys support, because you guys are the ones in power.
Yeah, I guess I just want more people to recognize that what being a feminist really is. You don't try to be. I don't think that's healthy. Just for generations to come, to show that women can do men shit. What is the purpose of that? There's a reason there's two different things. That's balance of life. Now, on this quest to be equal, it's like, no, you just don't want to be shat on. We're different. An apple is not equal to an orange. It's like they're both fruits, but it's like this is this and this is that. So I just think we shouldn't embrace this whole
We're all one.
women being fucking is just.
No,
I don't want to see birds swimming, bro.
Right.
That's not what they do. That's what Captain Marvel is.
You hate penguins.
It's a fucking. I hate penguins. I don't want a fucking eagle in the water.
Right.
That's what Captain Marvel is watching an eagle in the fucking water. And you know what? A new.
I wish I was smarter.
A new movie that I saw. A new movie that's coming out. I think is like I only saw the trailer, but I think it's great. It shows exactly what it's a. I think it's a true feminist movie. I forget the two people, but it's that movie. These girls are like just like con artists or something.
It's a remake of a.
Is it?
With two guys.
What's it called?
Is it really?
I forgot what the new one's called. It's a remake of Dirty Rotten Scoundrels.
A remake of Dirty Rotten Scoundrels.
Who's that
With
fat
two
girl
chicks.
that's really funny? That like, even though she's really that size, it always looks like a suit.
Rebel Wilson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever size she is, it doesn't look real.
Right.
It looks like a suit.
Yeah.
She's like comically built.
I know what you mean.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like she looks like a cartoon character.
Yeah, it doesn't
Knowing
look
Hollywood,
real.
it probably is a suit. Rebel Wilson is probably a beautiful woman
Yes.
in a suit because they're like, oh, we don't want to like.
It's weird. But I've never seen any movie she's been in, but I know she's hilarious. I know that much. It's like I don't even know why. Did she do stand up?
I have no idea.
No.
She's
I think she's
Australian, so no Australian's ever done stand up.
We gotta do the gripe of the week. We're so over time.
Oh shit. Okay, then I'll wrap it up about this movie. Now that movie is showing women, right?
Right.
Taking advantage of their actual feminine things.
Which is what?
Well, the fact that guys want to fuck them, that's a real power. And they're fucking people up. They're stealing from people. You know, they're taking advantage of the like misogynistic thoughts that people have. Oh, I'm a damsel. And I got all this from the trailer. I'm the damsel in distress and all this. Like, hey, we got to take advantage of this. And they train it and all this stuff. That's a fucking bird doing bird shit.
Right.
Whatever.
No, I hear you. I understand exactly what you're saying. I just haven't seen Captain Marvel or this movie, so
Don't. You just get angry.
Yeah.
Just get angry.
I just wanted you to make your point. I'm not here to argue with you.
this fucking eagle in the water.
Is that what eagles sound like to you?
In the water.
Look at me, I'm swimming. I'm swimming. I can swim just as fast as a fish. We can do it too. Shut up. Fucking bird.
Late ass eagle.
Bird ass in the sky. Do some amazing shit. You're amazing all by that's my message to women. You dirty horse, be amazing like you are.
Point out Thanos' bald spot.
Jesus
Make him vulnerable.
Christ.
Yeah. Be amazing.
Attack his masculinity. So what we do here is people email us in what their gripes, and we just discuss it.
Because we didn't follow the premise at all this episode,
shit,
but
I'm
it's
sorry.
No, he
it's
definitely
okay.
talked about what he doesn't like the entire time.
Oh,
this is
yeah.
this
Yeah,
is
pro pedophilia against women. It was very interesting.
he was against
episode.
he's against hypocritical laws and hypocritical movies. That's
You're very good at rapping things.
Yes.
That is,
I know, but what I said was funnier.
that's true, and I like that. Yeah. I'm against hypocritical laws, hypocritical movements. Yes. I'm ready to change my whole set. I needed that word, bro. Yes. Perfect. If it was worth anything, it was worth coming and getting. Beautiful. All right. Gripe.
Gripe of the week from Derrick Paladino is grilled cheese restaurants that call their sandwiches quote unquote grilled cheese sandwiches for novel sake and to be cool, but we all know they're just simply paninis that they're selling. Oh, like when they have like a specialty shop. You know,
How is it not a grilled cheese even if it's a panini?
I think is
Panini is certain bread, isn't it?
No, panini is just
when
pressed.
they're pressed.
Oh.
It's exactly what you do with a grilled cheese.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same thing, but it's like I think that he's saying that they're trying to make grilled cheese kitschy when it's just you're just selling paninis.
That's funny because I have the exact opposite complaint. I think paninis are pretentious grilled cheeses.
Yeah.
A panini is
You
like
tweeted that once. I was like, I think panini is just the word meaning you spent too much on a sandwich.
yeah, it's a fucking hoity-toity grilled cheese.
When you really think about it, when's the last time you seen a sandwich on a grill? Like a true grilled cheese sandwich. Like it's pan seared,
Yeah.
pan fried, You know?
Yeah. You mean like outside on the grill with line marks in it? So,
it's called grilled cheese.
It's never grilled
on a grill.
I've actually never seen a grilled cheese.
Yeah, I've never seen it on a grill.
Like, now that's some shit.
Yeah, I never even thought
That's
about that.
the truth. So all of these sandwiches are imitators. So none of these are the real deal. I haven't seen a grilled cheese on a fucking grill.
That's insane.
Yeah, man.
That's
Danny Davenport's gripe of the week is hotels that won't guarantee your room reservation if you don't check in by 6 p.m. Oh, so like if you do a late check-in, I've had to do that once where like I was on the road and I wasn't going to be there until like midnight. Like they would give away my reservation.
they're a business. You have to do that. Like if you're
not if you already have like a credit card down and shit like that. Like you should be able to check in whenever the fuck you want to if you have a reservation.
Right, but there's got to be a cutoff because they got to sell that. They got to sell that room. I'm not saying morally. I'm saying business wise, it makes sense because they don't want an empty room. They want to sell the room.
Yeah, but if you already have the room reserved, that means you're going to fucking use the room. But just because I'm getting there after,
they must have had no shows. That must have come from no shows.
Sure, but you already have a credit card on file, and they can be charged for the room.
Right, but what if you have the room reserved for one night and then somebody comes in who wants to stay there for 5 nights and the room is sold out and they're holding your room for you and they could be making more money? I'm just taking the corporate side on this one.
Yeah, I mean,
there's a reason for these rules.
Yeah, to fuck people over. That's all it is.
It's to fuck people over.
It's built to be nice. Yeah.
It's the bottom line.
Yeah, it's fucking terrible.
Josh Gibson's gripe of the week is people that have no awareness of the volume of their voice during what they think a conversation that no one is hearing.
You know what? I hate that too. Why is that funny?
I'll tell you after I'm off mic.
I hate that too, man. Like, especially at clubs. Like I'm in the there's like some headliners that like, wait, do you know how loud you're being right now?
Yeah, like you hear how quiet, especially like if people are bombing and shit like that, and it's clearly very quiet. It's like, how do you not know how to adjust your own voice to the situation that you're in?
But I can tell it's like they don't know. They're oblivious. I dated a girl like that, and it was like
just a loud girl.
She was just a screamer during the day.
Like, what is wrong with you? You can't tell that everybody just turned around and looked at you. Like, because she would get mad if I said she was loud, and she would say something, and everybody would look at her like. So you think that? What do you think that is?
And was she like, I don't give a fuck if they're not looking, if they're looking at me?
She was a jerk, but what are you gonna do?
She was a jerk.
Just looking at
was her name Was her name Captain Marvel? Did you date Captain Marvel? Is that why you hate her so much?
This is the second episode in a row where I when you say Brie Larson, I think of that porn star Brie Olson. And I always think that she made that jump. And I'm like, that's that promise that every single porn actress has came to LA or Miami for, is to make that jump. And I was like, did she do it? Did she go from porn to the most successful movie ever? That's heartwarming.
I would like her more if that was the case. Because then it's like some real power shit. If you were a sex worker and then you fucking
a porn star to a movie star.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. If feminists had they thing together, because I've said this a lot of times, right? If feminists had their movement together, that would be something they would push for, right?
Right.
That fuck having some strong lady. No, take somebody, because that's what porn is. Like, it's just a scarlet letter.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you're a whore now. So no, take a porn star and make them a real star.
Yeah.
And that's pushing for like women equality.
Right.
The fact that, oh, this person is deemed as a whore because they did porn. No, she's still
a working woman.
She can do that. There's nothing wrong with that. But nobody pushes for that.
Right.
We want to see Brie Big Head Larson. Fucking fugly face.
Yeah.
No makeup and shit. She's making a statement. I'm sorry. Continue.
So grilled cheeses?
I'll do this one last. Carrie C's gripe of the week is when you're wearing shoes with ridges in them and then you trip step on a crayon and now 25 third graders think you just farted.
See, now as a former, I taught preschool, and as a teacher who actually legitimately did fart in front of their kids,
like audibly, like loud. Like
Yeah,
straight
sure.
up.
Whatever.
Well, they're kids. Who cares?
Yeah, they don't give a shit at all.
Adults who care.
Also, it killed every time I partied. And that. So what I'm saying is, I know those kids are laughing.
Yeah.
And it's like you're too sensitive because
whoever
just
said that.
embrace that laughter and take it as a compliment.
Go yourself.
I loved farting in front of the kids. If I could go up at the Comedy Store main room on Saturday night and just fart and kill like I killed in those preschools, that'd be fine. I'd be totally fulfilled. I would throw all my pens out, all my notebook. I would just,
comic.
yeah.
Yeah, dog. That guy or girl.
I'd bring my own mic.
Thank you.
Yeah, for you guys.
To not get fucking pink eyed, everybody.
And all you guys be going over your set list, and I'll be like, I write on stage.
Your set list is a bag of Chipotle.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking ready, brother.
Yeah.
Who do you think got Gripe of the Week?
Well, I think because it's more what Ron did, but that grilled cheese thing really opened my mind about the grill. Mm-hmm. And so that one led to the most interesting. I mean, I haven't had my mind blown like that in a minute.
I thought it was because of the panini press has the line, so they would call it that, like, the grilled cheese was a panini.
Right, it has the lines of a grill, but it is not a grill.
It's not a grill.
And that's
Traditional
wild.
grilled cheese sandwiches are in a pan. Like,
Yeah,
there should be a guy with a kiss the cook thing, and he should be outside yelling at kids, flipping over.
Yeah.
a grilled cheese.
Yeah.
grilled Jesus, you know? But
That's wild.
yeah.
So Derrick Paladino, you get Gripe of the Week. Derrick Paladino get Gripe of the Week for grilled cheese restaurants that are called their sandwiches grilled cheese sandwiches for novelty purposes when there's just simply paninis.
Yeah,
Why don't you tell everybody where to find you on the internet?
At comedian Ron T on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Comedian Ron T. Mm-hmm. Ron Taylor.
Guys, thanks so much for listening. We appreciate the fuck out of you. Please make sure you guys write us a nice little review on the Apple Podcasts. Tell people about us. NoSirPod.com for all of your archived episodes. Follow us on all the assorted social media at NoSirPod, at Brian J. Vokey, at The Funny Carmen. We love the fuck out of you. And thanks for listening. We'll see you next week. Thank
you
for
so
coming
much.
on.
Appreciate it.
No! What? Because I was married for 2 fucking years!
You're a cunt, Brian.
Fuck you, Carmen.
You're a cunt, Brian.
No, sir, I don't like it. No, sir, I don't like it.
Fuck you, Carmen.
You're a cunt, Brian.
No, sir, I don't like it.